विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू रेडियो ट्युसन कक्षामा यहाँहरूलाई हार्दिक स्वागत छ। यस रेडियो ट्युसन कक्षा हामीले सिद्धार्थ मावि, भुटनदेवी मावि, आधुनिक राष्ट्रिय मावि, बालज्योति मावि, ज्ञानदा मावि र त्रिभुवन माविसँगको सहकार्यमा हेटौँडा एफएमले उत्पादन गरेका हौं। आउनुहोस् सुरु गरौँ आजको रेडियो ट्युसन कक्षा।
Hello and namaste. It's me Yuvraj Neupane, your English teacher. Let us start today's session with a short recap of the things that we learned in our last session. In our last session, we learned how to write an official letter, and in that session, I provided you an example of writing an official or a formal letter, right? I had provided you an example of an application. But today, we are moving on to the next unit, that is unit 2 on page 12. You can see your page number 12. Yes, our today's topic is suggesting, advising and persuading. Let me repeat you the topic once again: suggesting, advising and persuading. Do you have any idea about these language functions? Yes, suggesting, advising and persuading, they are the different language functions that we have been doing or practicing in our junior classes also. And in this topic as well, we will discuss about these language functions, and more importantly we'll practice using these language functions in our grammar section. But let me in advance clarify or let me explain what these terminologies mean. Do you have any idea about suggesting or what suggesting is? You can have the idea. Let me help you. Suggesting means giving an idea, opinion or a plan to someone for consideration. It is informal or casual and anyone can give this. Advising, we have next language function or terminology. What advising means? Advising means telling somebody what they should or shouldn't do. It's formal and only professionals or expert can give this, right? Did you notice what's the difference between suggesting and advising? Yes, we might be using these terminologies or language functions synonymously, but actually there is some difference between these two language functions or the terminologies. Yes, and what's the main difference between these two terminologies? The main difference lies in the level of formality, right? It means suggesting, it is informal or casual. We give suggestion to someone in an informal way, and the person giving suggestion to someone doesn't need to have the experience, so anyone can give this, right? But on the contrary or on the contrast, advising means telling somebody what they should or shouldn't do, and it's formal. Suggesting is informal, but advising, it is formal, and only the professionals like teacher, doctor, yes, they can give suggestions to someone else because they have or they deserve some kind of expertise, experiences and knowledge, right? Now next language function we have persuading. What is persuading? Do you have any idea what persuading means? Persuading means making somebody believe that something is true. In another word, you can say convince. To persuade means to convince, right? I hope you got the ideas about these language functions or the terminologies. We'll do or discuss in detail and practice as well in our grammar section. And let us move to the next activity, that is reading. We have the reading activity, and under reading we have a task to do: think and act. Think and act. Let me read the situation given for you. The English language is one of the most widely used languages. It is equally popular around the world, regardless of geographical differences. Why do you think the English language is so popular? List any 5 reasons. Yes, you know very well that English language is the most widely spoken language around the world, and its popularity is growing day by day. Yes, now do you know why the popularity of English language is growing day by day? Yes, what are the different reasons behind its popularity? We need to guess, we need to think and list out some of the reasons just below. Okay, let me help you with some of the points or reasons, then you can add some more points of your own. Okay, in the first point or reason, okay, you can write it's the native language of powerful states like US, Canada, Australia, etc. And in the second point or reason, you can write it's the language used in most books and literature. Yes, you know very well that most books, okay, published in the literature, okay, in the field of literature or any field, they are mostly written in English language. And in the third reason, you can write it's the language of prestige and social status. Yes, people, okay, learning or being able to speak English language fluently, they deserve, okay, a different kind of prestige, right? And they have, okay, different social status or higher social status. This is what we consider or what we believe, right? So in the same way, you can add some more points of your own like this, right? I hope you guys will do this. Now let us move to the next section, okay, that is study time. Under study time, we are going to read a text in the form of letter, and you can, okay, read the heading of this letter and you can guess who has written this letter to whom. Yes, our heading is Nima's letter to her brother. Now you can say who has written this letter. Yes, obviously Nima has written this letter to whom? To her brother. And okay, now before reading the actual text or the letter, let me provide you some questions to guess or some guiding questions to help you guide your reading. Okay, the first question I have for you is, what is the letter about? And the second question is, what are the different structures used for giving advice and suggestions? Yes, you need to find the answer. Okay, just guess first. Then after reading the text, you will find out and I will also help you. Yes, what is the letter about? Can you guess? Yes, you can guess from the heading or the unit title or unit topic. Our unit topic is suggesting, advising and persuading. Yes, you can guess the answer from the unit topic as well. And the second question, what are the different structures used for giving advice and suggestions? Yes, you might know some of the structures that we use while giving suggestions and advice, because we have already learned in our junior classes as well. Yes, can you guess? Can you tell me? Okay, yes, you're right. Yes, we can use different structures for giving advice and suggestions. Yes, some of the useful structures that we, okay, usually use can be as, yes, first structure, you should or shouldn't plus verb. Here verb indicates the infinitive form of verb or the first form of verb, right? Next structure we can use is, why don't you plus infinitive form of verb. You had better plus infinitive form of verb. How about plus ing form of verb. If I were you, I would plus verb 1 or let's say infinitive form of verb you can use. Wouldn't it be better if you plus subject plus verb, right? Okay, these are the different structures or the exponents you can use while making, while giving suggestions and advice, right? Now we are going to read the actual letter written by Nima. Okay, before we read, please notice, okay, the format of this is a personal letter we are going to read. So you need to, one more thing you will learn after reading this letter is the way how a personal letter is written, right? So okay students, let me tell you what we are going to learn after reading this letter. Yes, you know very well that this is a personal letter, and the very first thing we are going to learn from this after reading this letter is the way how a personal letter is written. Let me focus you once again. The main thing we are going to learn after reading this letter is the way how a personal or informal letter is written. So this is the main point. And the next thing we are going to learn after reading this text is the different ways or different structures used for giving advice and suggestions. Did you get the idea? Yes, the next thing we are going to learn is the different structures used for giving advice and suggestions as well as for persuading somebody, right? And the next thing we are going to learn is the new vocabularies introduced in the letter. Yes, these are the main things or our objectives that we are going to learn. All right, okay, let us read the actual letter. Before we read the letter, let's notice the heading which is written, usually written on the right top of the page. This is the traditional way of writing. In the recent trend or the modern trend, we prefer writing the heading, addressing and salutation on the same side, that is on the left side of the page, right? Okay, now let's see the heading. The heading is Rebirth, the Rebirth the Field, Chester, UK, 21 April 2015. Yes, in the heading we mention the address of the sender and the date when the letter is written, right? So we can say easily, where is this letter written from? Yes, it's written from the Rebirth the Field, Chester, UK. And when was the letter written? It was written on 21 April 2015. Now come to the left side to the salutation part. Yes, what's the salutation? Dear Lakpa. Now from this salutation you can say to whom is the letter addressed? Yes, the letter is addressed to Lakpa or Nima's brother. Now let's read the opening paragraph of the letter, what she has written. I got your letter yesterday. Thank you for telling me all about our parents and yourself. I'm doing well here and thinking of returning home during Losar. I'm excited to know that you want to improve your English. I think you are very conscious about the importance of English as an international language. Now let's notice the main points Nima has mentioned in the opening paragraph. Yes, she says that she is thinking of returning home during Losar, right? This is one important point you need to notice. And she says that she was excited to know why. She was excited. Why do you think Nima was excited? Yes, she has mentioned there. Yes, I'm excited to know. It means she was excited to know that her brother wants to improve his English, right? Yes, you might have noticed two new vocabularies there. For your ease, let me tell you what these new vocabularies mean. For example, excited. Yes, there may be other new vocabularies as well, so you can consult the dictionary and find the meaning yourselves. Just for your ease, I'm just telling you the meaning of some difficult vocabularies which I think. First one, excited. Do you have any idea? Yes, excited means having great enthusiasm or interest, right? Next vocabulary that can be or that may be difficult or unfamiliar to you is conscious. Yes, what it means? Conscious means being alert or aware. being alert or aware. Now let's move to the second paragraph of her letter. Yes, in the second paragraph, what she has mentioned, let's see. As you have asked me, I'm giving you some suggestions on how you can have better performance in the English language, both verbally and in the written form. Yes, here from this we are clear that Nima's brother has asked his sister to give him some suggestions on how he can have better performance in English language, both verbally and in the written form, right? He wants to improve his English both verbally, means in the spoken, okay, by speaking, and in written form. So he is expecting some suggestions from his sister. Now let's see what different suggestions and advice Nima has given to her brother Lakpa. Yes, she has mentioned in the following paragraph. Now let's see the next paragraph. You should always try to communicate in English with your English teacher and friends. Listening to radio programs in English could be an interesting way. Why don't you buy a radio for yourself and listen to such programs? For better pronunciation, copying people could be effective. Yes. Now let's see what suggestions Nima has given to her brother. Did you notice the first suggestion she has given to her brother? Yes, you might have noticed. Good. The first suggestion she has given is that you should always try to communicate in English with your English teacher and friends. It means she suggests, or Nima suggests her brother to try to communicate in English with his English teacher and friends, right? And another suggestion she has given is, can you dictate the same line? Yes, you can notice there. Why don't you buy a radio for yourself and listen to such programs? Yes, it means Nima suggests her brother to listen to radio programs in English. So she suggests him to buy a radio for himself and listen to such programs from which he can have improvement in his English. For better pronunciation, yes, what can be the best way for improving pronunciation? Yes, you're right, copying people could be effective way for better pronunciation. Now in this paragraph also you might have noticed some new vocabularies. So far I know the words like performance and verbally can be new for you, right? If you find any other difficult words, you can note yourself. Yes, performance. Let me tell you what performance mean. Yes, performance means an act that we can perform or do. An act that we can perform or do. Yes, next vocabulary is verbally. What does verbally mean? Yes, verbally means using words or by speaking. Yes, I hope you got the ideas. Now let's move on to next lines, following lines. As you have, yes, so let's see what other suggestions he has given in the following lines for later. As you listen to any new word, you ought to repeat it. Using an English dictionary is another effective way to learn the language. You had better buy a good English dictionary and use it. You know, my English was not that good when I was in Nepal, but now I feel it's great. I have to speak it all the time. I picked up pronunciation and expressions one by one. How about talking to foreign tourists who come to visit our area? They will be happy to know about our village and its beauty from a student, and you would benefit with the new English words and expressions. Yes, you might have noticed, yes, the other suggestions or different ways she uses while giving suggestions. What is the next suggestion she gives? Yes, you're right. Yes, she gives she suggests her brother to listen to she suggests her brother to repeat the new word that he listens, right? If you want to improve your English, you need to repeat the new word, right? This is another way you can. Okay, let's move on to the further lines and find out what other suggestions Nima has given to her brother. Using an English dictionary is another effective way to learn the language. You had better buy a good English dictionary and use it. You know, my English was not that good when I was in Nepal, but now I feel it's great. I have to speak it all the time. I picked up pronunciation and expressions one by one. How about talking to foreign tourists who come to visit our area? They will be happy to know about our village and its beauty from a student, and you would benefit with new English words and expressions. Now, here, Nima gives some more suggestions for her brother, Lakpa, and according to her, using an English dictionary is another effective way to learn the language. So she suggests her brother to buy a good English dictionary and use it. So she uses the structure you had better plus infinitive form, right? Yes, I hope you have noticed this structure. And what else she says? Yes, she says that her English was not that good or that much good as it is now. And she says that she feels it great. It means she has improved her English a lot in comparison to her English when she was in Nepal, because she has to speak it all the time, right? And she gives other suggestions. How about talking to foreign tourists who come to visit our area? Yes, sometimes the tourists come to visit our area or their areas, so she suggests her brother to talk to them so that he would benefit with new English words and expressions. Now let's move on to other lines. I have heard that the education-related offices in Nepal have been developing and distributing different audiovisual materials on learning English. If I were you, I would talk to teachers about them too. These materials, I guess, must have been developed considering the average performance level of the Nepalese students. Wouldn't it be better if you got some of them for your practice? Now let's see what more suggestions she has given. Yes, she says that some education-related offices in Nepal have been developing and distributing different useful audiovisual materials on learning English. So she suggests her brother to talk about such useful materials to his teachers so that he can have access to such materials, and these materials would definitely help him to improve the performance level of him, right? And she uses the structure, if I were you, I would plus infinitive form. Please notice this structure, if I were you, I would talk to teachers about them too. She has used such typical structure. And next structure she uses is, wouldn't it be better if you got some of them for your practice? Yes. She also suggests her brother to get some of the useful audiovisual materials for his practice. Now, here are some new vocabularies for you, like performance. I think you have already learned in the previous paragraph. Okay, no need to explain this. Now, let me give you some homework. Before ending this session. You will read the paragraphs that we have finished of this letter, and you will try your best to find the answer to these questions. Let me give you the first question for homework. Who is, please write down in your note copy, who is the letter addressed to? Number B, why is Nima excited? Why is Nima excited? Number third, according to Nima, what should Lakpa do for better performance? What should Lakpa do for better performance? Number D, how was Nima's English when she was in Nepal? How was Nima's English when she was in Nepal? Okay, I hope you will read the letter and answer these questions. Okay, thank you very much.
विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरू, आजका लागि रेडियो ट्युसन कक्षाको समय यति नै। कोरोना भाइरसको संक्रमण बढ्दै गएसँगै ठप्प भएको पठन पाठन र विद्यार्थी भाइ बहिनीहरूको पढ्ने लेख्ने बानीलाई यस रेडियो ट्युसन कक्षाले कायम राख्नेमा हामी विश्वस्त छौं। अहिलेका लागि भने कार्यक्रम निर्माण टोलीका सम्पूर्ण सहकर्मीहरू बिदा हुन्छौं। नमस्कार।